GitHub this, GitHub that. So what is GitHub? GitHub is actually a super powerful tool and platform you don't want to miss out, especially in 2024. And people get this misconception a lot, but you absolutely don't need to know any programming language in order to use it, which is what I'm gonna walk through in this video. The platform itself is like a big online playground where people build things with code. Imagine it's a huge sandbox where everyone can share their cool creations, work together on projects, and help each other make things even better. The reason why it can be so useful to even non-programmers is that many times there are projects and tools you would usually need to pay for. For example, image generation, video upscaling. Besides that, even when there are free services out there, they usually collect your information and every interaction you had with their product and sell these for profit. However, with the open source GitHub projects, you can just run everything locally on your computer for free without your data being collected. Now, there are many more benefits on GitHub, but in this video, I'm only gonna talk about the basics for people who has little or no knowledge on how to use it, how to download these free open source projects for your own usage. When you need to find a certain tool, let's for example AI image generation, you simply put the name of whatever tool you're searching for in the search engine. However, now try adding GitHub at the beginning or the end. You'll find topics or even projects of such that people have already made. You'll see the name, star count, and tags on these projects at first glance. The more stars a project has, the more people have marked it as favorite, meaning that more people have found it to be useful. For this case, we'll be looking at the stable diffusion web UI repository as an example. It has 129,000 stars, which is a lot on GitHub. And inside the project, you'll be able to see all the source files and the folders that the project consists of. You can open these files and folders directly by clicking on them. There are two pieces of information after every file. The first one is the commit message, which gives some basic info about what was changed by the developer, and the second one is when the file was last updated, which you should pay attention to because you want to always try find projects that are as recent as possible and are being actively maintained and updated by the developers. When you scroll down, you'll see a README section that'll give you a basic outline for what this project is about, what can it do, and how to install and use it. This is the part you need to pay attention to as a non-programmer who are just here to download and use people's project for free. However, some developers might not leave much information in this section, which you would then need to do a bit more work to find things out on your own. To the beginners, these things might look a bit intimidating and overwhelming, but that is okay because you'll get more used to it as you use GitHub. Sometimes they will provide a guide to downloading their projects in the README section, but if not, you can always go to the releases section on the side and download the source code from there. Or if you want the most latest code currently in this repository, you can click the code button and download zip, which will download everything in this project repository. Going up, you can click the fork button and GitHub will automatically copy the entire code into your own repository, but you'll need to make a GitHub account first. And on the search bar, you can always search for specific things, information, and file names within this specific project. Or if you remove the repo name, it'll search through the entire GitHub. Finally, on the top left, there is the issue tab. If you run into any problems using their project, you can always write a post here and describe your problems in detail, and the developers will likely give you a response later if this is an actively developed and maintained repository. Most of the time, try searching up your issue and error message first because it is very likely that someone else had already encountered this issue and made a post about it. And that's basically all you need to know as a non-programmer who just want to download free open source project. And just last bit of tip, usually when a project has a lot of stars, you can try search its name up on YouTube and there will likely be videos made that teaches you more about how to use and install it in more detail. And that's it.